Hello, friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. We are doing our updates today. You know, I had big plans for this past week of things I was going to get done. Did it happen? No, it did not. It did not. But I did get some things done. So let me show you the first thing I have done. This is the Yuletide Sampler 2. It is month 6. It is called Mill Wheels. So we did 3 of these blocks. This was for February. So that was February. We are, of course, now in March. This upcoming Friday, we will be going live. Tammy, Alicia, and myself, we will be going live on Tammy's channel, The Siberian Wind, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you are interested, I will have the link to Tammy's channel. And if I think about it, I'll go in and pull the link for Friday's live and put it in the comments. All you have to do is click it, and when you get to it, click notify me, and when we come live, or when we turn it on, you will be notified that we are live, and all you have to do is click that and go right to the live with us if you're interested. So, friends, this is my February block, and as I said, we are on March's block. This will be the fourth Friday of the month, so we will be working the second part of that clue or that block. Now, the next thing I did, I believe I caught the Quilted Cow block of the month up last week, not this past week, but the week before, so I don't have that to show you. I caught the flowering up. We should be receiving the new Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler possibly today. So if I received it today, I'll put the video out for in the morning for you guys to see. I have a feeling it will be in today. Now, the reason I say today, and I can't tell you, is because it is Sunday afternoon. It's actually after 7 p.m. Sunday evening. So, I'm just pre-recording this for you guys for Monday. I will get my box either Monday or Tuesday. I'm not real sure, but when I do, I'll record it and put it out there for you guys. So, the next thing I got done, it is actually on my table right now. It is the Sunbeam quilt. This is the quilt that we are doing for our Saturday sew along. It takes, this is, let's see, it's Fat Quarter by the Dozen book. My mind does not hold the names of all these books right now. But I had done 9 fat quarters, and I had 3 that I need to pull out of that second pack of fabric, or, fat quarters. And I've done that. I've got them cut. I actually have them on my sewing machine right now, where I've done one of the corners, the top right corner. I've done it. I will do I just knocked my laser light off, y'all. And guys, if you don't have one of these, this is a must-have. Now, I know Husqvarna, their sewing machine, I think it's Husqvarna, I'm pretty certain it is, that one of their sewing machines has this. It will actually put a grid on your table. But if you don't have that, I think this was like $18, if that. I got the one that had the 3 lights in it. You have a pinpoint light, then you have one that does like a plus sign, and then you have one that does a straight line. I have the straight line on my machine right now because I absolutely love this. It is a game changer for me for sure. The link is down in the description. If you're interested in looking at it, feel free. Go down there, click on that link, and go check it out. If you want to check other things out, Other of the laser lights, feel free, go look through them too and see, do a comparison. I did a comparison and this was the one I liked the most. I will say I was afraid about putting it on my machine. I did use the sticky because this part of my machine is not, well, I have some metal in this side of my machine, but my cover is plastic. But this is what I have gotten done on the sew along. Now, as I told y'all the other day, if you want to go ahead and sew ahead, that is perfectly fine. What I may try to do is I'm probably going to take a few days to sew this next one so I can get everything, or at least one of the blocks, done so you guys can see it. The plan was to move it to a Wednesday, so our next sew along will start the first Saturday of April. And that is still the plan. If we still have more that needs to be done, we can do that. But I hope to be able to get all the rest of the steps done this upcoming Saturday. I think it's the 28th of March. And then, guys, the 29th, there will be a D-stash at 3 p.m. I don't know. I may make it a little later. I may make it at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we'll do it at 4 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. Previously, I did it at 3 because I had a video that would release at 5. So, I mean, I may not do that. I'm probably going to do it at 4. I do not normally have a video come out on Sundays any longer. Normally, my videos are only coming out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I'm taking the other 3 days to just kind of decompress, get things in my house done. And I will admit, it has really affected my monetization on my channel, but I didn't start my YouTube channel to monetize, and I'm not going to lie, it does help, but I'm thinking back, I need to slow down again this year, and that is what my 2026 is, and I am sticking to it. We're slowing down. But this is the last step that we've done. They don't number these steps. I'm looking at the page right here. They don't number the steps, but I'm on page 70. We will start the right side of page 70 on Saturday, and it has where you do a B fabric, and you put a block on the top left and top right, and then you trim it. Well, no, it actually looks like you're doing a square and a square. Same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but you're doing a square and a square because your top ones are E's, your bottom ones are J's. So when you trim them, you have a square and a square, but the top two are one color, the bottom two are a different color. And that's going to be your accent color. And then we will put a block together. I'm going to try to get it to where I will do all of that Saturday. Y'all know I do not record more than an hour. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to do that. I may only do like half of them in recording, and then the other half off recording. But this is what we have now. And yeah, like I was telling y'all, you know, I had the 3 fat quarters. I have them here, and I have one set that I still need to get my my other color to go with it. Let me show you here. Like, you have the 2 colors. And it's like, I have these and I need to get these. Well, actually, I have both of them. But that's what I'm doing, is I'm getting these done, and I will be able, what that'll do is it'll make 2 more sets. I'm thinking, will it make 2 more sets of 4? No, it'll make 3 more sets of 4. So we'll do 3 more sets of 4 with this. And we'll have all of these done, and then we'll be able to go to the next block. I have all of these pieces laid out on my table right now because I am finishing these up. I'm getting all of the steps. I'm getting these 3 fat quarters caught up to the ones that we've already got completed. Now, talking about the sew along, the next sew along is coming out of this book, Just 2 Charm Pack Quilts. And I'll have to find it. I thought I had it marked. I don't know what happened. Why did I lose the mark? Give me a second and I will find the quilt. Okay, the pattern that I'll be working on is page 40. It's Morning Flower Power. I am actually going to do mine with a black background and white sashings, and the little squares you see in the middle there. I have not decided if I'm using a charm pack or if I am using, I'm taking this sticky here so I can keep it on my book, this book, or charm packs. I do have some charm packs that I can use, but I have found that when you use scrappy fabric, you can pull like all the darks, or you can, and in a charm pack, I will tell you how many you need. I think you need 50 of the charm pack pieces. Yeah, charm squares, you need 50 of them. We all know a charm pack comes with 40 to 42 squares, I think, in it, and about 10 of them are white. Well, if I use white, I don't want to use a white in my thing. So, I may just use scrappy fabric. I do have some already cut down to 5-inch squares, and that will work perfectly fine. So that is my idea. This is a great pattern to use up scraps. I thought I was going to get my 5-inch squares cut down this weekend, but let me tell you about that, friends. Y'all know I went this past weekend. If you're not new here and you've been following along with me, you know, today is my dad's birthday. Sunday, March 22nd is my dad's birthday. And we celebrated him Saturday. And we went to the lake, and we do this every year. We reserve their meeting room, and it's a large meeting room. It has a deck that goes out over the lake. Really nice facilities. I will never record any family thing I do and put it out here because that's just, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to put people on YouTube that don't want to be on YouTube. I don't want to go around with the getting authorization and all that, because it's not just my family that comes. It's my sister-in-law, her family comes. Like my sister, she has 4 girls and a boy, and that's a big family, you know, and they've got new babies, and I don't want to mess that up. So if it's running in your mind, hey, why don't you kind of show us like the venue or something, because there's always a child in the venue. There's always someone in the venue, and I just don't want to encroach upon anyone's privacy. But I can tell you the venue that it is Poverty Point State Park in Delhi, Louisiana. It is fabulous. It is beautiful. I love that lake. I love that meeting room. I think we had somebody. Did we have somebody get married in there? We did. We had somebody get married. It might not have been that room, but we did have somebody get married at a lake. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was that one. But anyway, so we had a nice cookout there. My brother-in-law, who is all carnivore, did all meat. I did chili dogs with all the fixings. My sister-in-law and them, I can't remember but we had a lot of food. And y'all know I was making the broccoli salad. Well, my broccoli salad, I ate probably a third of it before I left the house. I've got to go get the stuff to make that broccoli salad again because now I'm really, really wanting it. And that's something good for me to snack on because I did not use sugar in my broccoli salad. I used allulose. And if you're interested in knowing what allulose is, there are two kinds. There's one that I think is like a protein base. I'm not real sure, but I know there's one that is a vegetable base. That's not the one you want. If I think about it, I'll put a link down in the description of this allulose that I use. It does not spike blood sugar, so it is a great alternative, and it is a natural sweetener. It's almost like the stevia plant, but that's a plant derivative. I don't know what this one is from. I just know my brother-in-law does a lot of research on these things, and he was telling me about there's two. There's one that's a good one to use, and I'll put that link down in the description if you're interested. So if you're a diabetic or you're someone that's looking to control your sugar, this may be an alternative for you. But anyway, we did that. And then Sunday, my daughter and future son-in-law had a cookout at their house and invited my dad and my stepmom and my aunt to come over there. Well, of course, my aunt wanted to go because she's never seen their house. So after church, they all loaded up and went over there, and I went over there. They had some more friends that were coming, but we went on and ate and then left. And let me tell y'all, my little grandson, I'm going to get his goat. I'm just going to have to get it. And if you're Southern, you know what that means. You know what that means. If you're not Southern and you don't know the term, it's like, I'm just going to get him. Pretty much is what that means. But I got there and he had just woke up. And I asked him, I said, let Gigi have a sugar. No. He's got to lose that word. I said, I need some loving. No. I said, well, I'm going to eat your breakfast. No. That is like his only word he knows. But then I pulled out of my little shopping bag. He loves Cheetos Puffs. I know they're bad for him. But I got him one of them little bags. I said, well, I guess Gigi gets to keep these. And he saw that and he smiled at me. He came over. I said, you got to give Gigi lovins. He then gave me lovins and sugars, y'all. Hey. I will stoop to all lows to get lovings from that little boy. He is a sweetheart. And I got pictures of my granddaughter today. She had her little face painted up like an Easter bunny. I'm so excited to see them. I think they're coming in for Easter Sunday, so I'm really excited about that. But friends, if you are wanting to do the sew along with the morning flower patch, it's not, I think I said morning flower patch. It calls for 5/8 yards of white, a background fabric of 3 1/4 yards. That's going to be black for me, or gray. I'm not real sure yet which. 5/8 for binding, 3 3/4 for backing, and this comes out 58.5 by 70.5 inches. Perfect throw size. So mine is going to be scrappy, so I'm not going to do my binding or anything yet. I may take some of this binding that I have already pressed over here. I may use that on it. I don't know. It is going to be possibly completely scrappy. So scraps left out of the current sew along could be in this. Scraps from my Santa hats could be in this, because I have a lot of scraps left. I think I have some from Valentine fabric I could even use in this. So I've got plenty of fabric that I can use and cut down. And once I use a scrap one time, I'm going to possibly throw it away, because at that point, if I can't get a full 5-inch square, it's no good to me. But friends, that is where we're at. This is going to be our next sew along that we start the first Sunday in April. So we have one more Saturday that we will still be doing the Sunbeam quilt. So y'all continue to come along, and I'll let you know that day if we are going to be rolling to Wednesdays. I'm pretty certain I will to put all the blocks together, but that won't take too long to get that done. But I hope you want to join me on this. Smash your stash, guys. Smash your stash. That's why I wanted to do this one, because I have a lot of fabric in my stash that I can be hitting on and knocking out of here. So friends, I didn't get the Charmed I'm Sure up here done. I didn't get my next clue for reflections done, but I will be doing that this upcoming week. But my first priority is getting my other 3 fat quarters caught up with my Sunbeam quilt, or Saturday sew along quilt. So I hope you've enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. It does not cost you anything. You don't even have to click that notification bell to be notified when I have a video out, because I do have a lot of different content. I have shopping hauls. I have sewing. I have cooking sometimes. I have travel sometimes. Not very often. But, you know, or I may do a thrift haul with you guys. I'm mainly sewing right now. I hope that changes some in 2026. I hope to be able to be doing more leisurely travel videos, maybe. I don't know. That's been in my mind. It's been in my mind. I want to travel, but first I've got to see my chiropractor to get my back straightened out so I can stand up more than 2 seconds. But friends, it doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe, and it helps me out tremendously if you do subscribe. So feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.